Hey guys, my name is Paul, and this is a brief explainer of what Void Destroyer 2 is. Void Destroyer Early Access. Again, my name is Paul. I'm the developer of Void Destroyer 2. I'm a indie developer working in my basement. Overly ambitious, underfunded, not enough people working on this project, but hey, that's how I like it. So Void Destroyer 2 is a space sandbox game. Here I am in my hangar. I have a heavy fighter. I already made some money in this save, so this is a bit more advanced than where you would start. So in Void Destroyer 2, one of the primary ways of making money is via missions. There's all sorts of missions. Different bases have different missions. And I'm going to run through a mission as I explain what the game is about and then show off some of its features and things like that. So one of the things about Void Destroyer was that players complained it was too difficult. It was meant to be a challenging game, but I might have overdid it in Void Destroyer. And I took that criticism to heart, and I tried to do something about it in Void Destroyer 2 while making a better game out of it via that line of thought. So in Void Destroyer 2, you can actually control the difficulty of a mission in several ways. One of the ways is just via these difficulty buttons. So the more difficult the mission is, the more money you get, the more enemies show up also, or the more difficult parameters get spawned. Sometimes it's actually really good for a mission to be difficult, not just for this payment, but also if there's more ships, there's more opportunities for getting bounties off of them, and larger ships mean larger bounties. But because I'm doing a video and I'm going to be talking while fighting, let me just set this to beginner. There we go, we accepted a mission. The other way of controlling difficulty of your game is either via buying ships for your fleet. You can have multiple ships in your fleet on Void Destroyer 2, not just the one ship. And you can also have quite a variety of ships that you can pilot. But in this save, I have this heavy fighter. I'm close to getting a gunship, and of course, there's corvettes waiting for me and frigates. Just as an aside, during early access, the biggest ship you can get is a frigate. Or normally you can get without modding as a frigate, but as the game progresses, you'll be able to get larger and larger ships like destroyers, cruisers, carriers, dreadnoughts, if you want that. You can pilot them yourself, or you can just have them part of your fleet. But getting back here, I could buy this ship for my fleet, and then it would follow me. I could give it orders. In fact, let's do that. And I can also hire ships. The difference between hiring a ship and buying a ship is when you buy a ship for your fleet, it's permanent, but it costs, like, for example, for this ship it would cost 50,000 credits, whereas to hire a ship is much cheaper, but I have to pay it every time until I tell the ship to go away. So I'm also going to hire this ship too. So definitely for this mission here, this defend platform mission, I'm stacking the deck in my favor because I have another ship following me and I hired another ship. So depending on how you find the game, you can control its difficulty. You can either go to pirate infested asteroid fields, or you can follow some bounty hunters to them and make sure the odds are a little more in your favor. Let's go ahead, let's undock. There we are undocking. So Void Destroyer 2 is a space sim. Fully 6 degrees of freedom. You can fly in any direction, you can roll, you can pitch, you can yaw, every single direction. It has a pretty bulky simulation side underneath it, where there's Newtonian physics. You can thrust in any direction, backwards, forwards, up and down, things like that. So underneath there's quite a good simulation. You have all kinds of camera angles. Some are better at certain things than others. And but the game is focused on combat. It's not too focused on the simulation. So while there is a pretty decent flight engine underneath it, try to be fun as well as engaging. You know, I think some space sims make it a little too dumbed down, too arcadey. I think Void Destroyer is right in the middle there. So while there is a meaty space engine underneath, it's not like you have to make sure the mixture of fuel and oxygen is just right, otherwise your ship is going to explode. It's not quite like that. So I hope that it meets a nice little medium balance there with all the other features that are included in it. It meets a good area for the player to enjoy space combat as well, and having multiple ships. There's one of my ships following me there. Where's the other guy? The other guy might have not launched yet, but there's one of them. So once I pass this sort of sphere of influence of this civilian base, I'm able to enter overworld mode. And overworld mode is the way of traveling between faraway distances, and it's also where you can see a lot of the sandbox life takes shape. So because there's no enemies nearby, I'm able to enter overworld mode. There's my fighter there. Oh, there's the other guy. Nice formation. And here we go. So in overworld mode, you get to see, you get to travel from one area of space to another in a rapid fashion, whereas normally it might take quite a long time. That sort of travel is shortened via just making it rapid. You can also see different elements of sandbox life. Here's, for example, a civilian ship escorting a transport ship. Here's a military transport going to a civilian base. Here's a trading ship. There's all kinds of other bases, platforms, repair platforms. Here's some pirates engaging that ship. If I wanted to, I could go and help. But let's stick to our mission here. Let's travel to this defense platform, and let's defend it like we're being paid to. There we go. So as you can see by the amount of red red enemies in front of us, this base is under attack. So let's do our best to defend it. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself too much. I'm not that great at piloting and talking. Let's see how I do. Oops. Here we go. There's our first kill. Every time you kill a pirate, if your faction is high enough, you're gonna get some bounty credits, so you don't necessarily have to only do missions. You can also just be a pure hunter. You could also just do missions. Sorry, you could also mine and trade, or you can hire mining ships and trading ships to take them to asteroid fields and sell cargo like that. Yeah, like I said, I'm not great at talking and fighting. Looks like I'm doing better. Looks like I'm not doing great at either. But we're not doing so bad because we hired 2 ships, and this difficulty of this mission isn't that bad. There we go. There's another. There we go. Another pirate dead. Yeah, there's a good amount of friendly ships, and I'm gonna decently how much here that this mission is not too dangerous. Alright, so here we have a little bit of a heavier ship. This is a pirate torpedo corvette. It's really hammering away at this defense platform. In fact, it can kill it pretty well. So I'm going to order my guys to attack it. I'm going to get closer to it. Try to avoid its defensive turret. Hopefully all kinds of other ships are also going to engage it. And if I manage to kill it, I'm going to get quite a lot of bounty for it. Because it is a corvette, very expensive ship. But at the same time, it's pretty dangerous for me to be near it. Not in its firing arm, so I should probably be in the same spot. Using my primary and fight would be a lot different. We'd be able to stand toe to toe. But anyway, we completed our mission. We defended this base, so we can actually, oh, it's only 12% health back, so we can go back to a base. So that's the core loop of the game. You're gonna leave a base, you're gonna make money, you're gonna upgrade your ship, repair your ship, buy another ship for your fleet. You're going to travel the sandbox, see what kind of adventures you can get into, go to different bases, have all kinds of different missions. Maybe join a pirate faction, maybe join a bounty hunting faction, all kinds of great stuff like that. That's the basics of the game. So, oh man, you might be thinking, wow, this is the greatest game ever. Oh my god, you're so excited, right? So there is a little bit of a catch here. The catch is, like I said, I am a indie developer. The game is overly ambitious. The game is underfunded, and there's not enough people working on it. But wait, there's more. So, like I said, in Void Destroyer 2, you can eventually work your way up to large ships. Like these are frigates, these are corvettes, there's a gunship. So it would be kind of lame as if once you have a big fleet, the way you would control it. By the way, I turn on time dilation, that's why everything is so slow right now. If you could control it only through menus or some horrible interface. So Void Destroyer 2 has a real-time strategy element to it, where just like in real-time strategy games, I can just double-click on my fleet and say, hey, you guys, attack that ship, and you guys help out. So there is a real-time strategy control method, and at the same time you can just easily switch to another ship, one of your ships in your fleet, and you can just have these ridiculous battles in the late game with giant carriers, where your ships are not going to survive for a very long time, but because of one of my ships is dead, but that's okay. I'm just going to switch to another. Because of you having a fleet, you can just jump to another ship. Or if you prefer, if at this point you want to be the commander, you do have this real-time strategy control method where you can watch the battles from this view. Make sure your ships are doing what you want them to do. So yeah, overly ambitious. Probably too many things, like I said. But hopefully a game like you've never played before, with a ton of fun, ton of options. First, you're going to start off in a small fighter. You're going to work your way up. You're going to get larger and larger ships. Eventually, a gunship, a heavy fighter. It's going to have all kinds of cool abilities in it. There's going to be massive fights. So yeah, I think I rambled long enough, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope to see a lot of you in early access. I hope to get feedback from you guys. I hope to see you guys fleets, how you're dealing with the game's challenges, the different aspects of it. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's okay. There's another ship always waiting, in the fleet. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great day.